Hi, everyone, and welcome to the fifth episode of Across STEM with YSI, a podcast where we explore how STEM unfolds across countries, cultures, and time. I'm Amirali Banani, your host for today's episode, and I'm so excited to have you join us. Each conversation here is about more than just STEM, it's about stories, ideas, and the people behind them. Today, I'm speaking with Rosario Defeo, a medical student at the University of Salerno in Salerno, Italy, who joined Youth STEM Initiative as a researcher earlier this year and is a key member of our relatively new Italian chapter. A
Hi.
driven, dedicated medical student with a strong interest in oncological or cancer research, nutrition, and public health, he specializes more in translational oncology as it bridges the gap between discoveries in the lab and real world patient care, turning scientific innovation into tangible treatments, especially in a field that is in such dire need of it. With a focus on improving patient outcomes and well being, Rosario aspires to merge research and clinical practice to create a long lasting difference in the lives of those affected by cancer in Italy and beyond. And he's not only doing that through his research and clinical practice. Rosario is a leader transforming medical education in Italy and exposing students to real world opportunities, particularly through the Italian Medical Students Association, or SISM, who he's worked together to organize a large webinar series called the Global Research and Innovation Talks, or GRIT, with 6 episodes so far, more along the way. Along with Cesca, our head of research and leader of our Italian chapter, I had the pleasure to present Youth STEM Initiative at the 6th episode of GRIT recently, about 2 weeks ago. A huge thank you to Rosario for giving us the opportunity to do that. Of course, he is a lot more than just a medical student in Salerno and an ambassador for Italian medical students. So we'll learn more about Rosario's background, growing up in Italy, the challenges he's faced as a med student, his ambitions and goals, his hobbies, and a lot more in this episode of Across STEM with YSI. So let's begin. Rosario, welcome to Across STEM with YSI. It's a big pleasure to have you here. How are you doing today? Where are you at right now? What have you been up to lately?
Thank you. Thank you so much, Amirali. Too big presentation for me. I'm not so special. Thank you so much for this introduction.
No, you're too humble, bro.
So I'm Rosario. I'm a medical student. As Amirali said, I'm really interested in translational cancer research. Because of basically of my mentor, who is Professor Francesco Sabatino, who gave me this passion about this fantastic world of being between the bench, so the wet lab, and the clinical practice. So yeah, I'm really interested in this kind of research, and that's why also I currently in Aviano. It's a really small city in Italy, in the northern part, and where there is an institution that is called CRO, so CRO in Italy, in Italian. That is an oncology institution, very important oncology institution, where I'm currently intern in Professor Baldassare group, and who is another leading scientist in Italy for translational cancer research. So yeah, I'm really interested in this field, and I'm very good. Thank you so much. I'm really happy to be with you and to have these kind of opportunities. I genuinely think that the world of research worldwide is a very beautiful field to be in, because you can have like amazing scientists, very, very, very experienced and skilled in their field, but there are that are also very humble, and it's kind of amazing to be in this field. I think I will, and I hope I will be here in this field in the future as well. So
Beautiful.
yeah.
Incredible. So, obviously, yeah, you're doing a lot of things in research. And as a medical student, you'll be doing even more and more as you progress through your career. And I want to ask, so were you always interested in medicine? You know, as a child or even in high school, did you always wanted to study medicine, and you're like, that's my thing. That's what I want to
Oh
do.
wow, yeah. This is a question. It's a very particular question for me because um, I came from a very very small town that is next to Amalfi, that is in Salerno province too, and my grandfather was a doctor, so I was kind of related to medical field from, and I'm carrying his name also, so everyone in my small town was like, oh, your name is the same way of your grandfather, you should do medicine. But when I was in high school, I was kind of confused about which university course I should pick, because I don't know, I was also interested in pharmacology. So I was I didn't take the decision, in Italy we have high school, and then after the high school you go in and have the tests to attend university, and I only picked the decision after the having the two tests, for pharmacy, so and medicine. But I don't know. I generally think I picked down the right one, because having this medical background gives you the whole like vision about the cancer. And but or I have also to say that who is in the research is also knows about the fact that you are not alone, and the only way you can have beautiful research and results is a teamwork. So maybe I have this kind of background, but there are other people that are, I don't know, engineers or pharmacists or biotechnologists, and that one is the only way you can go through the research and have the beautiful results you can see in amazing papers going on in the literature. So uh, for me, I think I picked up the right decision, because I enjoy being in the lab and the wet lab, and also in the clinical setting. But I think all the I say all the professionists are needed for the research, and that is so. That is my
Absolutely.
story. So
Absolutely. What a story. Amazing. And it's continuing to be built from here. Um, Still have a long way to go, but you're already making a difference, and that's incredible.
hope so.
Now, Italy is an amazing country, one of my favorite in the world and my favorite in Europe, to be honest. The stunningly rich culture and art scene, the food, the innovation, most of all, the incredible people, it always makes me want to go back and visit again. But I'm curious, what was it like growing up there and now, still living there as a med student? Um, what is it like living in Italy? What is it like studying medicine there? What is it like as a child there, I'm very curious to know about this.
Yeah, I think of course to answer this question is implicit that I should have traveled, because only in this way I can have the comparison to answer this question. I'm very lucky to have traveled a little bit in other countries, so I'll try to answer your question. And I think it is a good place to be uh, for many reasons.
Absolutely.
Okay, so you spoke about the growing. I think that related to the field of health, Italy is a good place to be for, and especially the south part of Italy. So the southern part. So I mean Napoli or Salerno, is very is a territory that is very very related to the Mediterranean diet. So all this kind of food that is a good food that is growing in a good soil.
Yes.
So And related to this part, I think it's a very beautiful place to be, and more about the health. Also, our public system, health system is a very good thing we have in Italy, and even if in last like in the last time we are experiencing troubles with this system because we have a fully free system, so everyone can have the all the cures he needs. Um,
Yeah, it's like Canada.
it's yeah. So it's a very good place to be, and I mean also I speak about the southern part of Italy. Also, we have this natural inclusion behavior for other cultures. So it's a, I mean, we are like doing this kind of stuff with our hands, so the
Right.
gestures, and we are always welcoming, um, really open to have I don't know, chats with people, unknown people, and so according to this, I think it's a very beautiful place to be. It is it's like sure it's not the place in the world where you can find more money as maybe you can find in US about the innovation, but it's on the other hand, it's sure you have a lot of I mean in Napoli, in Salerno, there are a lot of startups and stuff going on. So there are a lot of statistics about the fact that we have in Italy amazing scientists that go abroad because our system is not ready to give them um, a place basically to grow. That's why you can find a lot of Italian researchers abroad, like in US or I don't know, Germany, UK, and everywhere, basically everywhere. So I think we have also a good system, school system, and also I think graduate like university system. Uh, we focus a lot on the theory, but there are also some parts that are really like are able to link to the practice. You know, that is the maybe the part we miss a little bit. This is the practice relapse of the theory we study. You know, and but I think in Italy there are also uh, as everywhere there are like opportunities. So it's also always up to you to be like open-minded, also have like the always ready to see and search for opportunities. That's why basically we organize grid for students, PhD researchers, so to have this exchange of ideas. And so that's also why I thank you, and I'm really happy to be here. Um, I'm not here because I think I'm like special, but when you asked me, I told you yes because I hope it can help everyone, someone in some way. Um, you know, so yes, I think Italy is a pretty good place to be, and so this is my question, my answer.
Definitely. It's a role model in so many ways in terms of lifestyle. I'm The lifestyle there is something that I don't think a lot of countries have, to be honest. Maybe a few in the Mediterranean, in terms of the food people eat, everything, the passion they have for so many things, for the arts, sciences, the fashion, the way people interact even. It's Italy is a role model for the rest of the world, I think. And especially Italians are a role model for the rest of the world. So it's nice to hear your perspective on that as well. I'll be asking you a bit more about this later on in this episode as well. So uh, you can think about more things to say. So
Yeah.
now tell me, you recently came from the Boston study tour.
Yes.
I'm interested in this program as well and may go next year. So tell us more about it and what you did in Boston as part of
Yeah,
this
so
program.
like alongside the thing I just told you about the possibility to have opportunities, I casually, like, I mean, not casually, thanks to Ceska, I discovered this post study tour. I don't know if you knew it. It was Ceska that told me about that. And it
Yeah,
has
she
been
told me
an
about it as
amazing,
well.
yeah, it has been an amazing opportunity. What is Boston Study Tour? Boston Study Tour is a tour organized in Boston, but it's a part of a branch of a bigger like institution foundation that is called the La Storia nel Futuro, so the future of history, like that organized in Silicon Valley a tour that is more related to entrepreneur, so
Right.
economics, stuff like this, um, since I think 2000. So it's like kind of 20 years. They're been organizing this tour in California. I think since 2022 they moved to Boston because they wanted to have this branch more related to medicine and biotechnology. So and mm, w- we all know that Boston is kind of the center of medicine and biotechnology innovation, and I cannot be more than happy to have been there because I discovered a huge environment. My professor, the one I told at the beginning, has been there for 4 years. He have always spoken about Boston like an amazing place to be, and now that I'm back, I mm, I totally agree with that because Boston is an amazing place where you can find a circle that is a circle that like is a really full circle in which you have the amazing research, like academic research institution like Harvard, MIT, Northeastern
Mm-hmm.
University, Boston University, and more. Then you have the startups because the amazing research that you have in the academia goes a lot of times goes in a startup. So it's not very uncommon to find, for example, Harvard professor like in the panels, in the administration panels of the startups, and then you have also the venture capital part, so people that can invest in your idea, and it's not very uncommon to have people, venture capitalists, that invest in an idea that is not even formed, you know. So it's only an idea on a paper, uh, in a document where you have only maybe, I don't know, the business plan, and you can easily find maybe at the bar, at I don't know, in a public environment, you can find people and you can talk,
Mm-hmm.
and they can give you advices because uh, another amazing thing uh, you can find there is the fact that you have this institution that we know basically that is Harvard or MIT, but Harvard and MIT have uh, are only affiliations, but in Harvard ecosystem you have MGH, Brigham Women's, then you have Boston Children, Dana Farber, and Spalding. So there are a lot of hospitals and research centers that are with Harvard, so with the affiliation of Harvard. So you have, I don't know, 20, 30 buildings that are related to the research that it is, or translational research, basic research, or clinical research. And you have like the best professionals ever that are working there. And the same is for MIT. And that's another, I think, amazing thing. It is the transversal capabilities you have there. So I don't know, you have a problem and uh, you cannot find the solution to that problem because you know if you have a kind of background, you are seeing the problem in that particular perspective, and but you can, I don't know, have lunch with someone and talk about your problems, and they could say, "Oh, I'm an engineering, I'm not a physician. Have you tried to solve the problem in this way?" Because so they are really open-minded, really open to discussion, and can like make your vision wider, to see the problems from other perspectives. So it's an amazing opportunity. The program is set up, is made of 5 working days, but you have kind of 5, 6 meetings per day, and you have we have had amazing meetings with the director with the WIS Institute, that is Donald Ingber or Professor Alessio Fasano, and we have also had is also a very complete program, because you have you have a lot of meetings with the research, and then you have a lot of research in medicine, research in engineer, so for the MIT part, and then you have the part more related to the entrepreneurship, because we have also had a visit to the Hart Business School, and then we have had an amazing visit to two co-working space that are not the classic ones. So it kind of things I have never seen. That they are they're called Lab Central and BioCollabs, and they are co-working space, but for startups in biotechnology. So they don't have like shared only environments, but they have also shared benches, so lab benches. So it's a program that I will recommend everyone to attend, because if you are interested in biotechnology, we have had amazing also meetings with neuroscience. So you are interested in neuroscience. We've also had amazing meeting with Boston Children postdoctoral fellow researcher in neuroscience. So it's very complete, very huge program. I would recommend everyone to attend. So it has been an amazing opportunity, also because as I said at the beginning, traveling is the only way to open your mind and see different cultures.
Absolutely, yeah.
And maybe
Yeah.
the the thing I think is the best thing to do, and is that of going abroad and see what's going on there, and then if you have the strength, take back with you and try to improve the things in your environment where it is uncertain, and we don't have the same money they have, like funds and stuff like this. But I think that with cooperation, collaboration, and the networking is the key to have this to make the things in your environment going better, in the future.
Absolutely. And I think, especially when you go to Boston, it inspires you in so many ways. It's a global innovation hub, right, in biotech and many related areas. And so you get inspired. You meet with people who inspire you to do things, back home, as you said, or even to start something of your own. Like it really is like the Silicon Valley for biotech, for
Yes,
medicine.
definitely.
And I'm really glad that such a program exists and that you could go and experience that. So we need more programs like this, to be
Yeah,
honest,
definitely. Definitely.
to expose students from a young age to such environments that are constantly changing too. So you never know. Maybe in a few years, if you go again on this study tour, a lot of things might be different. There might be a lot more startups, a lot more new discoveries, new innovations. And that's the
Yeah,
beauty of it,
because
really.
if you think about the Nobel Prize of the last year, like 2024,
Mhm.
Nobel Prize was awarded to Dr. Sabis, that was for AlphaFold, so the prediction of the protein structure in the space.
Yes.
And we have also met another that now is a startup that was only academic research. Now it is a startup for it's founded by three researchers, and we have also met Gabriele Corso, who is one of the founders. And after that, they had amazing partnership with NVIDIA. So but the most important thing is that they are not environments you cannot reach, because sometimes you have this kind of belief that are, oh, okay, Harvard or MIT, oh, it's too difficult to go there, and then you go there and you see very humble people, so, and they give you a lot of advices and try to uh, I don't know, to make you grow, and so this I totally agree with you, because they are not kind of sticky guys that are not like, oh, please don't talk with me. So they are very open, and so I totally agree with you. It's an amazing environment that gives you a lot of idea and sharing, and yeah, amazing, amazing.
Amazing. Well, I'm looking forward to maybe doing it next year, and maybe I can
Yeah,
share my thoughts on it as well then.
of
Cool.
definitely.
So now a bit more about yourself, outside of everything you do. What are your hobbies? What do you do in your spare time outside of medical school, cancer research, and your work at CISM and everything else? Tell us more about it.
Okay. So if you find a little bit time, please give me. I don't have a lot of spare time, but no, joking. I don't know what are my hobbies. I'm always kind of looking for cancer-related things, so I'm really interested in this field. So I'm always trying to find new things, new opportunities in my spare time, because I really enjoy, to stay in this field. But if I have to tell you about my hobbies, traveling is amazing for me. So having this opportunity to travel related to cancer research, and this opportunity, you can imagine that is wonderful for me. Then, as a good Italian boy, I really like soccer and Napoli. And okay,
Yes. Nice,
okay,
nice. As you should.
yeah,
You can call it
yeah.
football, by the way.
Okay, football. Okay, football, and
Yeah, yeah.
then
I don't like soccer. Americans
okay,
call that. Let's make fun of them.
yeah. And then music. I really like music. I'm playing also music, like some instruments.
Nice.
So yeah, this
What
is
instruments?
uh, flute. You know flute?
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
it's kind of I learned it in a middle school, and yeah, so when I have time, I try to play. It's not very common now because I don't have a lot of time, but I really like listening to music. It's yeah, these are my hobbies. I don't know, and hanging out with my friends. I really love to be with my friends. Also because I'm studying in Salerno, that is 1 hour far from my small town that is called Agerola. So when I have time, I'm always very very happy to uh, join my friends and you know uh, go out and have experiences with them. So
Yeah.
these are my
I can
hobbies.
imagine it's beautiful there.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Cool, cool. Well, you can maybe play flute for us one time, and we'll
Oh yeah,
applaud you.
definitely.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a it's a very long time. I'm not playing, but if you want to, I can give you also. I don't know, give you headphones so you can.
Oh,
Play.
sure,
Uh,
sure. I'd love
uh,
that.
yeah.
Cool. Well, that's very interesting. I always like learning more about, who the person is outside of the things they work on, the things they do, in your spare time,
Yeah,
because that's a
another fun,
huge part of your
and
identity. So,
uh, as you said at the beginning, I'm in this association that is called SISM,
yes.
SISM, that is part of IFMSA, that is the International Confederation of Medical Association, Student Medical Association, and in this Italian part of that is called SISM, we have 6 thematic areas, uh, and one is related to research, another one is related to public health, and then rights, human rights, and we have also all the part two related to sexual health and international. So also being in this association is very rewarding for me, because I'm also very happy to, when I have time, to organize public health, public health events. For example, we organize a prevention day for melanoma, or I don't know, a prevention congress with the local association of patients. To so all, I can definitely tell that this is one of my hobbies too, because I'm very happy to have. I'm very happy to be in the research, but I definitely think that prevention is the best thing to
Yes.
tackle, as in the football, tackle the diseases. You know,
Yeah. Yeah. It's huge. It's huge. And I'm glad that you're helping contribute to that.
we try to do.
Beautiful. So let's move on to a cool segment that we like to call STEM across time. Now, 50 years into the future, what do you hope we've figured out in cancer? It's always at the forefront of medical research, with a lot of things yet to discover, and especially a ton of treatments yet to come, which would save millions of lives annually around the world. What do you hope that we would have discovered or innovated in the next 50 years?
I mean, it's a very complicated question. I don't know how to answer, to be honest, but I'll try. So cancer is a very,
Sure.
uh, according to my little knowledge, cancer is a very uh, particular disease, very hard to fight. But as you said, if you go and see like the melanoma survivorship 15 years ago, 10 years ago, it was dramatically low. And
Hmm.
in this year, nowadays, you have amazing treatments for melanoma cancer. And so cancer research is, I think is cancer research is the research that is very the most common research. Of course, you have huge amount of groups working on cancer. Of course, some are working on particular organs. I don't know, GI, so the stomach, so gastric cancer, or I don't know, pancreatic. Some others on the lung cancer. So
Yes. Maybe. Mhm. Yes. Mhm. Definitely. Definitely. I don't think anyone can tell for sure, but I said 50 years, but even in 5 years, maybe we might see tremendous changes, unprecedented changes, especially at the rate that technologies like AI are advancing right now. It could be huge. I mean, in 50 years, it's unimaginable. So let's see. Maybe in 2 months, as you said, we can have a part two. So you might have an idea then. But yeah, I mean, it's hard to tell really. But definitely there will be some tremendous discoveries even in the next few years, for sure. Absolutely, 100%. So, Rosario, let's dive a bit deeper into your research, cancer research mostly. So, how did you get into researching it, and what have you discovered and learned so far? What do you hope to discover? Tell us a bit more about that. Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. Hmm. Interesting. Hmm. Wow. What an incredible project. And especially for pancreatic cancer, one of the deadliest cancers, it's crucial, I think. So you can share more about your projects, maybe on the next episode, and through YSI, of course. Very interested to learn more about it and to see how it goes. So it's very fascinating, incredible. And my next question is that, you know, after doing all this research and studies so far, in your eyes, what is the biggest obstacle to finding a cure for any type of cancer, really? Hopefully. Mhm. Right. Right. Okay. But I mean, it's yes, it's super complicated, very complicated disease, and I feel like when we discover something new about cancer, we discover yet another problem, so it keeps, adding up. So I don't know how far we are from a cure, but I mean, hopefully, as I said before, with AI especially, that can help accelerate the path to getting there. After all, it affects so many people globally, and in a lot of, especially older age populations, it's almost inevitable in a lot of them, especially in places like the US where there are high rates of it due to, poor lifestyles, eating habits, whatever. And yeah, I mean, it's not a field that I'm researching, but yeah, definitely. Mm, mhm. Exactly. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Absolutely. And it's not that if you live healthy, if you eat healthy, exercise daily, you know, don't smoke or take, or consume anything um, that has certain chemicals in it that can cause cancer, if it has carcinogens. You know, if you live healthy in the best way you can, that's still not a guarantee that you won't get cancer, but it lowers the probability of you getting it a ton. So nothing's a guarantee, but yeah, you want to lower that chance as much as you can, and that's super important. Yes. Mhm. Yes. Right. Yes. Mhm. Absolutely, 100%. So, prevention, super important. And I like that you are advocating for that because I think a lot of people are so focused, oh, like when is the next cure gonna come out, when are we going to get a cure? But they don't focus on the prevention side, to actually prevent this from happening in the first place. Yeah, absolutely. And so this is a good segue actually into um, my final question about your research. Now, as you said multiple times, you're very passionate about public health as well, and especially about the intersection between the two, oncology and public health, as you study healthcare systems globally and explore how different healthcare systems treat patients differently. And you actually spoke about this earlier this summer at STEMQuest 2.0, a super insightful episode that all of you can check out on our YouTube channel. And I want to know, so what got you into exploring public health? Was it oncology or was it, before you got into cancer research? What's influenced that and what do you help, especially to discover in your studies on public health? And what changes would you like to see in healthcare systems globally? Mhm. Well, yeah, and I mean that's quite a strong viewpoint to see it from because oncology, it's such a big part of public health. Maybe, I mean, one of the biggest, other than infectious disease, of course. And it's in some ways it's considered an epidemic, right? I mean, you know more about this considering how many people are affected by it and how many people require treatment for it. So I think more people who are involved in oncology should also be more involved in public health. That intersection is absolutely crucial. And I'm glad that you are inspiring more people to do that, you know, as a medical student and later as a doctor yourself. I hope so too. So my last question for you is just to tell us more about CSM itself. How did you get involved in CSM, your role, all the things you're doing to help provide opportunities like the great webinar series for Italian medical students and also other students globally. Tell us more about it. Right. Very rewarding, and it allows inspiring people like you to become leaders and to lead all these events, to organize all these amazing events. So it's something that I'd want to get involved in too. And a lot of students, as you said, you encourage them to get involved in such organizations, such associations. It's really tremendous, the things that you do at CIS, and I can't wait to see more of it, more of GRIT, more of other initiatives. So keep it up. It's brilliant what you're doing. Now, this brings us to the end of the episode. Uh, I am going to ask you something about Italy itself. So, in this last segment, I am curious to know. Now, Italy is one of the global powers in many areas, especially from the Renaissance era, where it excelled in a multitude of fields, from medicine to the arts to philosophy. You know, the list goes on. Of course, thanks to the Medici family, Leonardo da Vinci, Elisabetta Sirani, Michelangelo, Galileo Galilei. There's so many people. I mean, I say all day, you probably know more than me. And the effects of the Renaissance still last, and there's widespread passion and innovation in the arts and sciences in the country, which is beautiful to see, and especially for you, who's grown up there and lived there, to experience. Now, what do you think is the biggest driver of this passion for creating, for innovating in the arts and sciences that is so ingrained in Italian culture? You could say anything about it. No, it's fine. Sure. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I'm not Italian, but I think from what I've seen when I visited Italy a few times, it's partly it's the education, I think. It's the way that the children grow up there, right? I mean, you don't see it as much here. Here it's very like systematic. In Italy, like they encourage creativity. They blend the arts together, as far as I know. And also the Renaissance itself sparked this, a lot of it, which you still see the effects of today. So it's I think from that it's really ingrained in the culture in such a way that I mean whenever you think of a I don't know a scientist, anything, a painting, even the food, I mean everything, there's it's very creative, and you when you think of it you're like, oh, that thing's Italian, that thing's like there's so many famous popular things from Italy, and it comes from really all the creative minds that live in the country and that have lived in the country. Mm. Yeah. Perhaps, yeah. Maybe I can research into it. Why not? Why not? Next time you interview me. All right, so that concludes this fifth episode of Across STEM with YSI. A huge thank you to Rosario for joining me and sharing about your journey so far as a medical student, all the things you do, all the inspiring things, and or all the things that you're passionate about. It's incredible, so keep it up. This is actually our longest episode so far, and for good reason. I think there's so much yet to talk about, so I think we'll need another episode, in a couple of months. You're making huge strides, contributing to research in a field that is always in such dire need of it, and also in public health as well. And you're ultimately contributing to saving lives, all while being a leader amongst medical students in Italy. So keep it up, Rosario. Continue what you do. It's a great pleasure for me to get to know you through New STEM Initiative, and I hope to continue working with you, especially through our Italian chapter. To the audience, if you enjoyed this episode, make sure to follow the podcast and check us out on our socials to stay updated. We've got more and more incredible guests and conversations coming your way. Until next time, stay curious, stay inspired, and keep enjoying and exploring STEM across borders and time.